Welcome to another episode of I'm Not Yelling, I'm Dominican podcast, hosted by Nachi and Damaris. Hey, everybody, and welcome back. This is your girl, Nachi, and I'm here with.
Damaris, your favorite delicate flower.
And on this episode, we're going to keep it light and fun, and we're going to share our top 5 favorites in movies, TV shows, music, and much more. So let's get started.
Ow. I'm so excited for this episode. This is our last one for the season, and I thought that this would be a great opportunity for our listeners to get to know us better. I know we drop little tidbits of our personality in the various episodes we've had, but there's a lot more context that goes into why we think the way we do and why we like the things that we like. And I feel like this one is going to be fun, like you mentioned, and just something, to get to know us a little bit better and, be our primos and primas out there and, extend the
Yes,
love.
definitely, definitely. So this is a little bit hard for me to go through this assignment only because it was just like so many different songs and shows and movies. Just like, oh, but I like this one or I like that one. So I kind of had to, you know, bring it down to a certain. I had to define it in a way where it's just like, okay, I'm confined to these songs or movies or whatever because of a certain reason. So um, and they
Oh my
have
God, I felt the same
some
way.
level. Yeah, it had some level of like there was some story behind it, and thought it would be cool to share.
Yeah, I also, as going through the categories, I struggled as well with just whittling down and I like figuring out like, is this really my top five favorite?
Yeah,
But I'm like,
yeah.
it's my top five favorite for right now.
Right,
That
right.
does change. So guys, like this isn't static. So don't at me. Don't be like, oh my God, why
Right,
you
like
like
why? Yes.
don't at me. I don't care. This is what I like
Look,
right
there's
now. And maybe
right,
I'll like it for the next 20 years. I don't
right.
know.
There's a reason why I like it,
That's
and I'm
it.
gonna continue liking it. So that's that. Thank you.
Yes. Um, it's funny when we get into the music. I feel like, well, why don't we just get into it? Which
Yeah,
category
yeah.
do you want to start with?
We can do songs.
Okay, I'll start. And I'm gonna say, this is for me is not in any particular order. But again,
Hmm.
like the songs that I selected are just these songs make me feel a way, and I like how it makes me feel. So I'll start with one of my favorite songs. One of my top five songs is Careless Whisper by Wham. Now, this song
Mm.
is a song that I use, that is my go to for karaoke. I'm never gonna dance again. He said, guilty feet, I've got no rhythm.
Okay.
And then at the end, it's like if you listen closely, they're like, da, 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 ha. Like it
No,
is a
it's
real.
yeah.
I love it. It's
Yeah.
a vibe. If you don't get it, if you know, you know, and if you don't
Yeah,
know,
it's a
then you don't
yeah.
know.
It's definitely a feel good song.
Yes,
You once you hear it, it's like you get happy, like, oh shit, this Wham,
yes. The
George
saxophone
Michael.
playing in the beginning. Yeah, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think it's
Mm-hmm.
a sax. I don't know, but yes, that's
Right,
that's one of
right.
my top five.
One of my top 5 is, and I have a little story behind it. So growing up, I always felt, and you know this, I always felt like a caged bird, right? Is what I
Oh
like
my
to
God,
say.
yes. My
Is what I
parents
like to
didn't let
say.
me be on videos and
I
dance.
can't. I can't do anything. I can't go here. I can't go there. I always wanted to be part of some shit. And so when Janet Jackson came out with her Control album,
You felt that was
that
talking to you. You were like, yes, I'm being
I
controlled by
was
these
like,
Dominican
Janet,
parents.
yes, yes.
You
I was
felt
like,
seen. You
Control,
felt seen.
yes, yes. Control was my song. I would sing it and dance in the room. Remember, we had a little stereo set
Yes, yes.
in my room, and every time I would play, I had to. our brother bought the album for me.
Yes, that was your first album, and
Yes.
I love Franny. Shout out to Franny.
Yes, yes. And he brought that album for me, and I would play it over and over again. And every time Control came on, I would just sing it. And I would act like I was singing it to to your mother.
Wow, you're wild.
Oh my gosh.
If
Well,
she
I
only knew.
love only if she knew. Oh girl. And then she would say, I never controlled you.
Oh yeah, no, no. Now she's like, she has no memory of how she was strict or
No, no.
restricted our freedom in any kind of capacity.
And
Yeah, no.
this was before memory issues. So
Right.
oh my goodness. So that was my favorite. And it is still my favorite song. And that album is my favorite. And I know when we were talking about and coming up with topics, we had said I think one of the categories we came up with was album at first. And I was like, oh, I don't think I have enough albums to say. But as I was working through it, I was like, oh, I do have quite a few favorite albums.
Oh, well, we'll do some
And
honorary mentions at the end.
yeah, yeah. So Control is definitely one of them, and that has been my favorite and still is my favorite to this day.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
That's
Janet.
Yes, Janet is a beast. She did it. Like Pleasure Principle. Actually, I'm gonna have to throw Pleasure Principle in.
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
gonna be
no,
like a
that's
top 6 for me. Pleasure Principle. That video where
Ooh,
she's first of all, she's by herself. She's dressed in all
yes,
black. Her hair was looking fly. It was
jeans
in
and a
this
black
doobie,
T-shirt.
flowing hair, and she was just
Yes,
dancing and killed everything she did in that
she did.
video.
She did.
Like if
I
this
gotta
is
go back
before,
and see it
yeah, no,
again.
if this is before your time and you're listening,
Hmm.
you need to go look that video up on YouTube. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, oh, okay. She was a vibe. It was an energy. And she actually,
Hmm.
she's a dancer. She's a natural dancer. She's like her
Hmm.
brother Michael. And
Yep.
so, and
Yep.
you could see it, right? And there wouldn't be a Beyonce without a Janet having done
No,
what she
definitely
did,
not.
period.
No.
And Beyonce's a great
Janet.
performer. But I'm just
Yes.
saying, Janet was Janet first. That's it.
Yes. She is everything. She is
Yes.
definitely everything.
My next one, I'm going to have to say, is In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. Yes, I am very much 80s. I know y'all like, damn, she's stuck in a decade. Yes, I am. Like, my heart and soul. I'm like 7 listening to this song, like, I can feel it.
But
Yeah,
you know,
it's a vibe. Like, you
it
listen to
is.
that drop, that beat drop, he
Hmm.
kills it.
Yes,
It's
that was
done.
it.
It's
That
done.
was it.
You need
Oh
to
my
read the
god.
lyrics to that song because the lyrics has me dying. I think he's like, I could see you dying and I wouldn't care or something like that. Like,
Uh-uh.
it's crazy. I love it. I'm like, I feel you, Phil. I feel
No,
you.
it's
I see
funny.
you.
Yeah, it's funny because as I was going through the songs too, I kept saying to myself, "Damn, they're gonna think like the songs that we grew up with and the songs that we loved in the '90s, early 2000s has now become old school."
I know when people say old school and they're like, oh, it's
Right? I'm
2001. I'm
thinking,
like, oh, y'all are wild. You're wild. That
yes,
is not old school. You are wild.
yes, yes,
And they're like,
yes,
no, you
and
are.
right, right, because we in 2023. Hello.
They're like, ma'am. They're calling me ma'am now. Ma'am.
Please sit down somewhere. Oh my goodness. So my next one is just following the Jackson family. Remember the Time by Michael Jackson.
What? You took that from me, girl. That
You
is
have
on my
that too?
list. Yes.
Ooh, my goodness. I remember when the video came out and it was a
Come on
thing.
now.
Everybody was just glued to the TV.
Yes.
And when I say you saw beautiful black people, oh my
Yes.
goodness,
Yes. Yes.
it was everything.
Yes.
I
It,
said,
it
oh my
was.
goodness.
No, the chills you got when you saw that.
Yes.
And I mean, here's the thing about Michael. He's like the most he gave off the most swag for the most asexual person that I knew. Like
Yes.
he was
Yes.
mad asexual, But when he performed and he
Oh
sang
my
those
goodness.
lyrics, he had a lot of swag. Like you
He
listen to
did.
those
He
lyrics,
was
he's like,
smooth.
he said, "Do you remember, girl,
Yes.
on the
Do you
phone, you and
remember?
me?" He said, "To Dawn,
Till three.
what about us? Like, why you playing? What about us?" He said, and then with the breakdown, he's like, "Do you? Do you?
Right,
No, do
right.
you?" He's like, "Come on."
Oh my goodness.
No, no,
Yes.
that song, that video, and when they were dancing, he's like, "I bet you
Oh my
remember." Wait, and he's
goodness.
like, "I bet you remember." What you mean?
They
You bet I
broke it
remember?
down.
He's like,
They
"I
broke
bet you
it down.
remember." Like, girl, stop playing. I know you remember.
Yes,
And
yes.
I'm like, I
That's
do,
another
Michael.
video.
I
I
do.
know.
No, it was that song is a whole package. It's
It
video,
is.
lyrics, song, rhythm, beat,
Yep.
just
Everything.
everything.
Everything. Oh
Michael
my goodness.
Jackson was everything. And we need to let people know how we fumbled the bag with Michael Jackson. I'm prepared to
How
embarrass
you
us.
fumbled? You
How you
fumbled?
fumbled.
How you fumbled?
Our father, Papi, rest in power. He was a big fan of Michael Jackson, and he asked
This is sad,
us.
y'all.
I
This is
guess it was like in the
sad.
early 90s too, because I think you were just, I can't remember.
No,
It was either
well,
late
if it was
80s or
like
early,
89,
yeah, it
yeah, it
was
was
like
like
late 80s,
89.
early 90s. This is when Michael's going to
Because I
be at
think
the
we're still in
garden.
grade school.
Yeah, he was going to be at the garden. I think you might have been like in 8th grade or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was going to be at the garden. And he asked you first, Nachi, you want to go to Michael Jackson? Right?
And
Actually,
my
he asked
stupid
us,
ass.
and you were the first to answer. You were like,
I was like, no.
no. So I looked at
And a
my big,
stupid ass teenager.
I looked at my big sister. I'm like, she says no. I guess not.
No.
That's how I
don't
felt.
don't place don't
I
place the
did,
blame on me.
but I have, and I will, and I'll continue. Yeah, no, that's what happened.
That was terrible.
No, it was. We
That was
fumbled the
terrible.
bag, and
No.
now that
It's
man
sad. I want to cry.
has died, and he was there again. I don't know what.
Talk about big stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, no, big stupid. There's no performer that I'm aware of since him where they will sell out stadiums where they play like, football overseas, and like football arenas are much bigger than the football arenas here in the United States because we play, what we call football, but football internationally is soccer, and those soccer stadiums are ridiculous. And he would perform sold out at those arenas, and people would be fainting before the
Yes,
show even
crying.
starts.
I mean,
I've not seen
It was
any.
ridiculous.
I've still not seen a performer where people are constantly fainting and
And this is
crying.
women and men.
Yes,
Everyone.
yes.
And our dumbasses are like, nah.
No, no, we don't want to go. No, we're too cool for school. Dummies.
Oh my goodness. That
Yeah,
was
well, we
the
fumbled the
worst.
bag.
Yes,
That was a life lesson.
that was.
Okay, so that was your second. So you took that from me, so I don't have that one anymore. Back to Life by Soul to Soul. However do you want it? Yeah, however do you need it? Yes. I can't sing, so I'm not going to even attempt to.
Right.
But that song will get you hype. You'll think you're in that Hype Williams movie, Belly. You think you're walking through the tunnel at
With
New
mad
York
grease
City.
on your face.
Right. Mad oils and lotion on your face. Yes.
Real shiny looking.
But you're like, I'm a vibe. I'm it. Yes. That
Y'all
song
remember
will
the
have
tunnel?
you. Right. I never got to go to the tunnel. I was sad.
No?
No,
Oh
not
my
you.
gosh.
You were older. You got to go and sneak away. By the time, no, I was still in high school, and the tunnel was not seeing my ass. Even though I knew people in our class going to the tunnel on a Sunday night, I'm like, I would just be like, how y'all do that? How your
They go to
mom,
school the
and your
next
dad
day.
just I'm like, how does that work? I don't even know what you're doing. I don't understand how that's possible. But you know what? They did, and I live vicariously through them. I was like, oh, that sounds like a time I did not
Yeah.
have.
You missed out. Oh, I
But I
thought you
knew of
was.
it. No,
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
probably went by the time you went to college. And then it
Mhm.
closed,
Mhm.
a few years after. But yeah, no, the tunnel, that was a thing. But yeah, no, the
Yeah.
that song, Back to Life. Oh, I could play that now. I mean, how we were playing that in the
Right
house in
when we're
Florida.
Florida.
Like
Like
jamming.
every day, all
Yes.
day.
Like as soon as 5 o'clock hit and you were off the clock for work, it was like,
That yes.
however do you need me?
That was the start of our evening and weekends. Oh, that's a good
Hello.
one. That's definitely a good one. My next one takes me back to college. Now, you know my love for Mary J. Blige.
Hello.
So her first album, 411. What's the 411? But I love the remix
Classic.
album. The
Oh,
remix
okay.
album was the best. The best. And my favorite one out of there was the song My Love. What you gonna do without my love?
Mm.
That's what I
My
used to
love.
say. Yes, yes. I love that song, but that was my anthem whenever some dude I was dating would act stupid. That was
Oh
my song.
boy. We
That
we
and
we be
that
feeling
and
ourselves.
yes, yes, that and guys goodbye
Oh
song.
yes, guys, good yes, goodbye.
That was another anthem of mine.
Guy was
But
great. I love
my
that
love,
album.
yes. Yeah, and sadly I did not add them, but that they had some great songs too. But yes, my love remix album, mm,
Mm, that's a good one. I didn't
the
even think
best.
about the remix one. Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, it's
Shout
I'm gonna
out to the
say
remixes. They don't do that anymore.
they
Like,
don't. Her that remix
oh,
album
that
was
was an
the bomb,
era.
and I remember this one guy. I went on a few dates and he was feeling me and I wasn't, and I don't know what argument we got into. He took my CD and flung it out the damn car. I
He said, "That's what I'm
was
gonna do with your
like,
love."
that's my CD. Hello. And of course, later he want to apologize and bring me a damn puppy. I don't want a puppy.
Weirdo.
I can't even take care of myself. I'm in college.
Right,
What are we gonna do
dummy.
with this? I don't want this.
Stupid.
No, I want my CD. Thank you. Oh my goodness, that was my favorite song out of off that album.
Yeah, that's a good one. I think
Hmm.
"Love Without a Limit" is my favorite on that one. I don't know, something about
Yeah,
that.
no, too.
It was just such a simple key to it, a simple beat to it, and just the
Mhm.
lyrics is really.
Mhm.
I like that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that one's good too. Like I
But
said,
yeah, no, that
all the
whole
songs are
album
good,
was
but
yeah,
mhm.
reminisce. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was a good album.
It
We should
was.
have
It
done
was.
top albums. Damn,
I know. I'm telling you, as I
we
was going
fumbled
through this
again. We
exercise,
fumbled again.
as I was going through the X, I was like, oh, but I kind of like more songs on this album than I thought I did.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay, what's your next one?
So my next one is, I guess is my final one, but it is definitely top there because we already did. Do you remember Michael Jackson? But
Mm.
"Fly Away" by Lenny Kravitz.
Oh
First of all,
yes.
I love me a Lenny. I love me a black rock star.
Ah,
And then
yes.
it's just like,
His sexy
again,
ass.
yes, the lyrics. He's like, I just want to fly away like a
Mm-hmm.
dragonfly. Get the hell out
Mm.
of here.
Okay.
I'm like, I feel you. But sometimes I feel that way too.
Mm-hmm.
And and the guitar, everything, the riff, I'm like, yes, brother. Yes. I
Yeah,
love
that
it
is a good
all.
song.
He's still a vibe.
Mm-hmm. He
He's
is.
still a vibe. And that song, and the video was like the perfect visual for that song because it's like, yeah, you just at a party, you just letting free, bruh. You're like, yes, living your best life. That's how I
Okay.
felt listening to that song, and I still feel that way. So I like these songs are top for me because it makes me feel away. It makes me feel good. I like the energy, the vibrations, and
Mm-hmm.
keeping my
Mm-hmm.
frequencies high.
Yeah, no,
And
that's a
that's
good
that.
one.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
that's mine.
okay. Yes. My My next one is Jill Scott. He Loves Me. That song. Uh, First, I want to say Jill.
Oh yeah, she's awesome.
She
Her
is,
voice is
yes, she is
chef's kiss,
fabulous.
man.
It's like she paints this pictures in her songs, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah. So when she's talking about he loves me, it's just like, oh my goodness,
You felt
the
the love.
depth of, yes, the depth of how this man loves her. I'm like, oh, yes, girl, that's what I need. It's like she has a way of
Yeah, yeah.
describing just the feeling, and it's like, yes, yes, I am with you, girl.
Thousand
That has
percent.
been one of, yes, that has been one of my favorite. I love a lot of her songs, but that's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah, that first album of first another one.
Mhm.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
so
That,
many
yeah.
bangers. Like there's just like so
Mhm.
many good songs that you didn't have to skip. Like the album is
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, that first album, you,
Oh my
I
goodness.
think every song was a
Yeah, yeah,
hit.
you could just play it and there was no skipping.
Mhm. None whatsoever.
Oh, I love it. So I went through all 5 songs. Did you go through all 5?
Um Oh, my last one was Erica Badu's Next Lifetime.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
another one that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
and
That's a good
that
one.
song, that's another
Mhm.
sweet song. Although it's talking about someone that she met that just, it wasn't the right time, right
Mhm.
place type of
Right,
thing.
right.
But it's just that
But we've all met that kind of dude in your life,
yes,
that person that's like,
yes.
okay, maybe not now.
Yes, it's not gonna work this lifetime, maybe in the next lifetime,
Yes, because you're crazy. Let me stop.
right,
You're a little funny, but you're hot. You're so fine, but you are not good for me. Yes.
right.
Maybe another lifetime.
Ooh.
We've all had that.
Hopefully things smooth over. I don't know.
Hopefully you get your life together.
Right, right.
Don't miss me too much.
Okay, okay. Oh goodness. Yes, that was definitely a good song. One of
Okay,
my
that's
favorites.
nice. Good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to get into the top 5 rap songs. I think
Okay.
this is a good segue to do that. And I think just to add a little bit of context, because I know some people might be like, oh my God, top 5 songs? But they didn't mention any Spanish songs, right? And you and I talked about this a while ago in that
Yeah.
I thought about it one time about, unlike some of our other cousins, I'm like, we really don't listen to Spanish music like that. We grew up with it,
Right.
but it's not my first choice. And then I started to think about, well, why is that? And then I thought about our childhood and where we grew up.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
while we had cousins that lived in the part of the Bronx, Fox Street, shout out to Fox Street,
Okay.
we didn't grow up there.
Mhm.
We grew
Mhm.
up in neighborhoods that were largely, at least at first, African American and Puerto
Mhm.
Rican, with some sprinkles of
Mhm.
Ecuadorians. I had a few Ecuadorian kids in my grammar
Really?
school. Yeah, in my
Okay, I've
class in
never heard
particular,
of
there
that.
was like 2 girls.
Mhm.
And then when we moved again, we moved to an area that then was more
Oh,
Caribbeanites
Caribbeans.
and
Mhm.
and Puerto Ricans. So
Mhm.
there was very not a lot of Dominicans at all, if any. And
Mhm.
so
Mhm.
our exposure to Spanish music was on the weekends at home or when we would go to a house party family event. But thinking about the first years of our formative years, we grew up in River Park Towers. And if people
Yeah.
know that, it's in the Bronx, and that is like a landmark place because that's literally across the street. We're right by Cedric Avenue, which is the birthplace of hip hop. We're right by
Mhm.
that building where I think it's like what they call the birthplace of hip hop because I think of Cool Herc or something. I don't remember.
Mhm.
But the point being was that our complex of buildings had these little
Block
rotundas,
parties. Yeah.
these little block parties and these little circular driveways right in front of our building. They would set up turntables, ones and
Mhm.
twos. And so literally we're on the second floor, we're looking out our window at DJs that are like on radio stations just spinning.
Yeah. And
the
people dancing
yes,
and
the
doing the
latest
latest
hip
thing
hop
like the
joints,
WAP.
the WAP, breakdancing, all of that. And we were upstairs because our mother was not going to let us go downstairs.
I was like, we're on the second floor.
Yeah.
You can see me from the
And she's like,
windows.
and therefore you can watch too from the second floor.
Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Caged bird.
Wow, wow. Anyway,
I couldn't even have fun. I was just
you
trying to
did.
have
You
fun,
could
y'all.
listen and you could watch with your
I was
eyes.
trying to have fun. I was trying
Okay.
to have fun.
Well, she was like, I'm trying to save my children. But, but in any case, though, we grew up with that hip hop and R&B. Like that's just what we were surrounded by outside of home. And even at home, your father had a very eclectic taste in music. So it
Yes,
wasn't just
yes.
merengue and salsa. It was, I mean, Lionel Richie, he loves Lionel Richie.
Yes,
I
that was
mean, you
his
put on
favorite.
all night long, that man is on the dance floor.
Yes, yes. He loves Stevie
Stevie
Wonder.
Wonder. I mean, Linda Ronstadt. Yeah, some of y'all might need to look her up because y'all don't know who she is.
Yes,
Big up to Linda
yes.
Ronstadt. Okay. Who else? Zorba the Greek. You don't even remember that, but he used to listen to Zorba the Greek, and I remember the beat is in my head. So,
Oh my God.
so yeah, like this our music, our music choices reflect how we grew up and what we were surrounded by and what ultimately influenced us the most. And I'm grateful for that. Now,
Yeah, definitely.
that's just what I love and it's just what it is. So moving on to top 5 rap songs. This is where you're going to get to know me and where my heart gets really hard. Um, I'm going to start off light with one of my top 5. And it's going to be I'll Be There For You by Method Man and Mary
Girl, that
J.
was
Blige.
mine too.
Yes.
That was
Like,
mine too.
I'm not
Oh
big
my
on the
goodness.
love rap song, but that one,
Oh,
listen.
it is a bop every time it comes
Every
on.
single time. I could have that
To
song
this
on repeat.
day. Mm, yes, definitely. Yes, that is that is definitely a repeat song.
Yes.
You could just hear it over and over again. I
Yes.
love it. Mm,
I'm like, yeah.
that is one of my favorite. And
Because
I
the remix, the original, all of it, and the video again, it's so gritty. It's so New York. I'm like, it's home.
yes,
It's
yes,
home. Method is so New York. It's home. Mary is so New York. It's home. It's just
yes,
home.
yes, yes.
And I'm like, and if you're in a relationship, you feel it that much more. And even if you're not, you're like, oh, I can't wait till I get a boo like that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh,
This is why we
he was
sisters.
definitely
We never even
spitting it.
talked about this, and look how we having like the same songs.
Yeah, that's my favorite. And I'm not. And I'm I'm more of an R&B person.
Yes, you're all
So
sweet and you like all romance and love.
yes, yeah, that's me. That's me. I love that. So going through this, going through this exercise here with the rap songs, I was like, okay, well, of course I can't get with a lot. I would say many of the rap songs nowadays because I can't even understand
Oh,
half
I
the
don't even know
things
what they're
that's being
saying.
said. So it's like, okay,
That's why all of these
um,
songs are not of anything in the last 5 years or even
now,
10.
now. Um, but my favorite one after the I'll Be There song is Nas if I Rule the World
Oh yes, because that
with
has
what's
Lauren
her name, Lauren
Lauren
Hill.
Hill. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Of
Oh
course,
my
I'm like,
goodness.
of
I
course you would.
Yes,
Do,
I
do,
love
do,
it.
do.
Yes. If I rule the world.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I love it. Although I like other songs from Nas though. I do.
No,
And
yeah, he's just smooth with it. He's good. Like that's just one of my top
mhm.
favorite rappers and
Mhm.
musical artists. Period. Like he's just his lyrics are great, and most of the time when his record company wasn't dicking him over, he would have some great producers, and his beats were just that. Because I'm the type
Yeah,
of
they were
person that
good.
I just can't, especially when it comes to rap, it's just not enough to have like great lyrics and you're on this lame ass beat. Like that's just not gonna work for me.
Mm-hmm.
I need to feel
Mm-hmm.
both. I need to feel what you're saying and then also, okay, I feel that beat. Like, okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I see where you're
Yes,
coming
that's
from.
yeah,
And
it's
and
definitely a
Nas is
combination.
definitely he's great at that. He's a storyteller and he's just smooth with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that song, yeah, he said some really fresh things that I was like, oh, okay, Nas. He was like, if it was a perfect world, I'd
Yes.
go down on every girl. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, uh, okay, Nas. Well, all right
If it
then.
was only a perfect world.
Right. He's like, right. I'm like, okay, sign me up.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So, anyway, moving on to the next song. So, for me, let's see. Okay, I have to show so much love to Harlem. Harlem Stand Up. I
Mm.
really mean it by the Diplomats. If y'all know, you know.
Oh,
Stand Up, Dipset. This is what I'm talking about. I really mean it is just like quintessential Harlem. And not this new Harlem where we got all these new people. I mean Harlem, Harlem. And Cameron, like, his lyrics just be so wild and crazy. And I appreciate it. I just appreciate it because he is
you was
Harlem
going
personified.
yes, and you was going crazy when they were on
I
verses.
know.
It was
I
I
know.
wish I had a video, y'all.
No, I was like
The
saluting like
Maris
crazy.
act yes, the Maris was acting like she was up there with them.
And then I got
It
embarrassed.
was
I was like,
hilarious.
I was embarrassed with their performance on Versus. I'm like, oh,
Oh
y'all were
gosh.
busy on the corner playing CeeLo
Smoking.
and playing
Yes.
CeeLo and thinking y'all didn't have to do sound checks and practice. I see what y'all did. Anyway, that's sidebar. But yes, no, I love Dipset because they are just like New York City, Harlem, stand up. This is what they do. This is what it is with them. I love them. And I really mean it as like one of my favorites. You just like, that beat. You just listen to it, look it up. You'll love it.
Yeah, yeah. My other favorite rap song was from Child Called Quest, Electric Relaxation.
Oh,
I
yes.
love 'em. Yes. I love that song. It is a beat like you could dance to it. It was just like it's you could get hype
No,
and
it's great. That's a good one.
yeah, that I that's a good song I like to listen to. I like to listen to Tribe Called Quest. Again, I would listen to
Mm-hmm.
artists groups from back in the day more
Definitely.
so than I would today's music. So that's my favorite from them.
That's a good one. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go. My next one is going to be Shook Ones by Mobb Deep. First of all, this came out when I was in high school. And I think one of the lyrics said, I'll stab your brain with your nose bone. And I was like, wow, these guys are interesting. I was
With a
like,
nose bone. Damn.
that's a visual. That's a visual. And I was like, and I appreciate it. And it's like the start of it is you just hear the tick 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 from the your gas stove turning on that clicker,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like tick
Mm-hmm.
tick tick tick. That was the genius of Havoc, the producer, the second, that the other half of Mobb Deep. He would
Mm-hmm.
produce
Mm-hmm.
these beats that were just like crazy. And that's why two of his songs made it to my top five. And Shook Ones is one of them. And that whole tick, tick, tick is because, they would cook, something on the stove. And
Mm-hmm.
and it's like,
Something.
yeah, I mean, I'm not here to judge.
Right, right.
Y'all do what y'all need to do to survive. But he's like, tick, 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 tick. That, you hear that? He's like, and it starts off with to all my killers and my $100 billers. I'm like, yeah.
Dun.
To real who ain't got no feelings. I'm like, like I'm some thug dude. I'm not. But It
But he
resonated
got
with
you
me
feeling
somehow.
like it. Yes.
It
He
resonated
got
with
you
me. I
feeling
don't know
that way.
why. It just did. I'm like, I'm a delicate flower, like I said, but something about it.
Right, right. My other song, again, another one that you could dance to is Jay-Z and what's that little one? Dupree, Money Ain't a Thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that one.
Oh, my
I
sister, she just loves that little
yes,
the
yes.
nice uplifting
The
club
little
little
bobless
bangers.
dance. You know,
I
I
know
can't
you. I
get
know you
into it.
do. I know. That's why I
This
love
is
it.
me. This is me.
Look,
That's what you're gonna get.
and I love it. But that's a good one too.
Yes.
It's cute. It reminds me of them club days where people actually went to club and
Yes.
danced.
That's what I'm saying. Like you
Hmm.
that's what, what I thought of. Just going to the clubs and dancing and just getting
Right.
hype. Yeah, it was back in the day. Yeah, we used to have fun going to the clubs.
I know. I don't even know if clubs even exist now. Because I keep seeing like memes
Mm-hmm.
and tweets and stuff about like, oh, young, like I guess Gen Z and I guess maybe the younger millennials are like, I don't even, these videos have me fooled into thinking that this is what it's like going to a club, but it's not like that. I guess now I'm like, really? That's
What did
sad.
they do?
I feel sad for you because
Yes.
the parties used to be banging.
Oh
People used to
goodness.
dance. You used to come out sweating.
Yes.
It was a
Yes.
thing, and you
That-
would have like 5 numbers. You like, who am I gonna call? Whose calls
Who's
am I going to
this?
accept? Right.
Who's this?
Who this? Who's calling me? It was a thing. I loved it. It was an era,
It
man.
was. Oh my goodness.
It
Oh,
was an
so much
era.
fun.
Yes,
So much
yes.
fun.
My next one. Okay. This song, if I heard it in a club, I'm done. Annie Up, the remix
Oh,
by MOP. Listen,
oh my
Remy
goodness.
Ma's,
Yes.
her verse, the bars that she had. Like, I'm sorry. I know y'all people love Nicki and you love Cardi. That's all great. But Remy, she was that girl for me that's like, first of all, she's from Castle Hill. Big up, shout out to Castle Hill. She is a
Big
true
up.
Castle Hill Bronx chick. I mean, the girl went to prison for someone robbing her for a stack. I mean, we're talking about $1,000. I'm like, that's some real Bronx shit. like, like I would have just taken an L. Like, okay, I'm just not
She's like,
fucking with you
no,
no more.
I'm not gonna rest.
No, she
She's
was
like,
like,
I'm not gonna rest.
she was like, retribution. She's like, you're not gonna steal from me, even if it's $1. And I'm like,
And I
what?
love her husband sticking by her through all of that.
Listen, while she
I'm
was
like,
in prison,
damn, he
yes,
loves her.
yes, yes.
That is Method Man in marriage.
Yes, that's the that's the I'll be there for you. Yes, they are that personified.
yes, yes.
But her bars in that verse, like she's like, you think you cute, ho? Take off them Gucci shades. What? I was like, okay. This bitch said, you think you cute, ho? That's how she started.
She's ready to fight.
Yeah, you think you cute, ho? Take off them Gucci shades. I get my dogs to do you dirty. What?
Ooh.
Okay, yeah, no. It's great.
Ooh.
I love it. I love her. And I was like, okay, Annie Up, you play that. Dunzo.
Oh, right,
Dunzo.
right.
My husband Adam be like, calm down, you wilding out. Like, just chill. Because I'm just at home and I'll play that and I'll start wilding out. And he's
And
like,
you
you're
go
doing
crazy.
too much. He's like, you're doing too much. And I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, you're
where
doing
do you
too
think
much.
you are?
Yeah. And then I'm like, you think you cute, ho? Right.
He's like, what? Get out
He's
of
like,
here.
okay, bye.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm like, I need you to stop.
My next one is a good one, but you go next, not you.
Okay. This one is actually a song that even my kids like and will play it in the car. Click by Kanye.
Oh my goodness. They love that song. I was going to almost put it up
Yes.
there too, but I love that song too.
Yes, that is the best. That
This
is
is
the
for my
best song.
click.
They will be in the car. Yes.
First of all,
and we will play in the car.
the beat is dope. And then, again, his verse
Kanye's
is the best.
yes.
It's just so
goodness.
stupid. He says so many things in that verse. I'm just like, he's like, he said, white people get money, don't spend it. I'd rather get 80 gold chains and
Go,
go ignorant.
go ignorant.
He said Spike Lee's gonna kill me. I'm just like, you are so wild, but you are so correct.
But he's talking the truth.
He said, I'd rather buy 80 gold
We live
chains
with
and go
we
ignorant.
live in no limits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yes, brother, no limit. And you know what? Part of it's like, yes, we should be
Oh
living
my
with no
gosh.
million. And I mean, and God bless him
Yes.
because he kind of did live with no limit and he became a
Yes.
billionaire. He may have lost half his fortune, but half his fortune is 500 million. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
okay.
He's still okay. He's
He's
still
fine.
okay.
I'm not, I don't feel sorry for him.
Not at all. Not
No,
at
that's
all.
a
I'm
good
sure
one.
he's not feeling bad either.
Yeah, no, click is a good one. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a goodie. And okay. But, top one for me right now is the Quiet Storm remix with Little Kim and Mobb Deep. Again, that beat.
Yes.
You Havoc. Yes, you just killed it. That beat is off the chain. And then Little Kim. She's, oh my goodness, that I play that's another song I play in the house and Anna be like, chill. You're
Why you getting
exhibiting
so
zero
amped?
chill.
Yeah.
Like he's like, fall back. He's like, stop. Because I'd
Like
be
you're
like,
about to go to war and you
I'd be
getting
like,
on
hot
hype.
damn hope, here we go again. Light as a rock, bitch. Hard as a and I'm like, this song is dope. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And I mean,
Can't
even
hate
like
on
what
it.
who's the other guy on it? Prodigy. R.I.P. to Prodigy, but like
Yeah.
his lyrics are great too. And so I'm just like, I just laugh. He's like, we come through like fuck it. I'm like, yeah, that's how I be coming through sometimes. Like fuck it.
Fuck it.
I felt seen with that song. I still do.
That just goes to show you how the lyrics back then, it's like they were relatable. I just don't think that the songs nowadays are as relatable as they were before.
But is that
And
because you can't understand what the lyrics are? Because I don't even know what they're
yeah.
saying.
No, exactly. I
Mm.
don't know what they're saying, so I can't even get into it. That's it.
That
I
in
can't
itself is
get
the
into it,
problem.
which is kind of sad, you know. It's sad, but I mean, I guess the kids nowadays like it. They can get into it somehow.
Right.
I don't know if they and I have to ask the question, do you even understand what they're saying? Or you just like going with the beat?
Right, right.
I mean,
And
that's
so what's your final?
that was it. I gave you because we had the same
Oh,
Method
okay,
Man
that's right. That's
featuring
right.
Mary. We had that was
Okay.
one of mine.
All right. Well, we're already like 40 minutes in deep on this. So we could quickly go through the musical artists. Um, for me, I'm just going to list my top. I didn't have
Okay.
5. I just did 4 because here's the thing about me. I'm just not a real celebrity person, so I don't really
Mm-hmm.
care about musical artists
Mm-hmm.
or movie artists. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
just like my top musical artists are Michael Jackson, rest in power.
Mm-hmm.
We fumbled the
Mine
bag.
too.
We were stupid. Nas, I love him. He's always been a cutie. His lyrics are dope, and he just knows how to flow.
Mm-hmm.
He's super
Mm-hmm.
talented. Knows how to paint a picture, a story, and tell a story through his lyrics. And then Mary J. Blige, because she is a soundtrack to my life. Every album is a different phase of my life. High school,
Mm-hmm.
college, young adult, old adult. I mean, still
Yeah,
young,
yeah.
slightly
She's
older
hitting
adult.
every stage. Yeah, she's hitting every
I
stage.
love her for that. And then
Mm-hmm.
Prince. I mean,
Oh
come on.
yes. Damn, he didn't come on mine.
I know.
Yeah, I kind of align mine with my favorite songs because these are my go-to artists anyway. So that's Janet Jackson, Michael Jackson,
Mhm.
Jill Scott, Mary J. Blige, and Erica Badu. But yes, Prince is another one.
And the thing
Sade.
about, oh yeah, Sade. The thing about Prince for me is just that I love him because he was always unapologetically him. And so as a
Mm-hmm.
musical artist, I respect those that are able to continue to be authentic with their music and maintain integrity, right? And by integrity, I mean like you didn't you fought for what it is you wanted to put out there and you did it.
Right.
And not every
Right.
artist is able to do that. And he
Mm-hmm.
fought his way to be able to do that. And when they didn't
Yeah.
allow him, he would fucking
He was
literally
like,
stick a middle finger up their ass and to the point that they're like, okay, Prince, we'll give
yes.
you what you want. You
Yeah. He was
know?
like, fuck
So
you.
that's what I loved about him. And that's why I had to add him because
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he was a
Yeah,
G. He's
definitely.
an OG
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yep.
Okay, nice.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So why don't we get into like your favorite cuisine?
I didn't have five here, but I'll
Oh,
say
I only
this.
put one.
Hands
Because I just put
hands
favorite cuisine.
down.
Yeah.
Oh, hands down is Dominican food. That's
Really?
my favorite. And second would be Jamaican Caribbean food. Like I prefer that over any other. And
She
then
does not step out of her comfort zone.
and aside from that would be Italian or Mediterranean food. Those
Okay.
are my other two favorites. But that yeah, I only had four.
Okay. I only have one as a favorite cuisine. Here's the thing, I didn't include Dominican food because again, is what we grew up with. Yes, I love it. Like that's just that goes without saying. But if you're asking me
Mm-hmm.
my favorite, it's going to be Korean. And the reason why I love Korean
Mm.
food is because they do such a wonderful job with marinating meats, in particular red meat. I love beef. I love steak.
Mm.
You know how I
Mm-hmm.
feel about that. And they're great about their marinades and how it gets cooked. And I'm just like, give me a bowl of rice and some marinated meat, and I'm in heaven.
You're
And their
having.
miso paste, I'm like, I'm good. I'm like in heaven, heaven, heaven. Because I love rice, which is, typical for us Dominicans. I love rice. I gotta have it. But give me some
Yeah.
nice marinated meat.
And you're good.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So that's why I
Oh
put
my goodness.
as Korean food as being my favorite cuisine.
Mm.
What about your favorite pastime?
Um, so this one, yeah, I don't know if I have a favorite pastime, but I'll say this. I'm gonna say my favorite pastime is starting projects that I don't ever finish.
The Gemini in her. And it's okay, no judgment.
No, I'll say yes, I love doing different things. So that's how I got into soaping. So like making soap from scratch. I love to do because I love to identify the different ingredients that you can put in the soap, right?
Right.
It's just, oh, what can I create here? And sometimes, the design and
Mm-hmm.
just having some artistic um artistic feel to it is like
Right.
it's fun. It's I love to do stuff like that. So crafting and those things like that. I love to reading is another fun pastime. I don't have that much time to do that, but I've always enjoyed reading.
Mm-hmm.
If I
Yeah.
could sit back and read, that's my favorite thing to do. Um, and if I just want to be in a space of, I just want to vegetate. I don't feel like thinking. I don't feel like
Yeah.
doing watching crime shows and reality TV. It's my other
Ow.
thing. That's what I'll do.
Yeah,
What's your favorite pastime?
oh my goodness. You're gonna laugh at this first one. Number one, napping. I love a nap. I love to nap. I'm
Oh my
I
goodness.
I'm a Leo and I have two cats and literally I think I was probably an Egyptian cat in a past lifetime where I was like worshipped and whatnot. And cats sleep 16 hours out of the 24 hours in a day. I love to
Oh my
nap.
gosh.
Whatever.
You
Fight
might have
me.
been a cat in the past
Don't fight
lifetime.
me. I don't care. Followed by reading. I do love reading. And like, fiction, like just light stuff, just things that I
Yes,
could just,
yes. Hmm.
just veg
Those are
out on.
fun.
And
Hmm.
followed by being at the beach. Something about being
Oh
at the
yes.
beach is just like,
I love
it's
the
so
beach.
cathartic for me. It's therapeutic. The water's good. First of all, going into salt water, right, is just good because
Mm-hmm.
you release those toxins spiritually and physically.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, praise God.
Okay.
Leave it out in the ocean. Salt water is good for that, and and getting all that vitamin D from the sun naturally is just like
Mm-hmm.
it's really great to do for you. Um, physically too. It is good.
Yeah, being
So
outside is
yeah,
great.
like that for me, those are like my favorite pastimes.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it. Now, it kind of goes into the favorite trips and places to travel to. For me, my number one trip is having gone to Tanzania. And you've heard me say this
Mm-hmm.
before.
Yeah.
In particular, going on a safari and doing that in the Serengeti. Honestly, I don't think I've never felt closer to God than I did when being out in that kind of natural habitat, right? Because we're in a car, we're the ones in a metal cage, and we're
Right.
observing all that's around us. And that nature
Right.
is just that's untouched by man. It's very humbling, and it was an awesome experience, and I look forward to doing it again. And I told you I want to do it with the kids because I
Mm-hmm.
just, as a family, I would like to do that trip again because I just think there's so much you can get out of it, and it is just it's spectacular. It's a once in a lifetime type of thing, and I loved it. And then ending that trip in Zanzibar, a little island off the coast of Tanzania, chef's kiss. The
Mm-hmm.
beaches, the water in the Indian Ocean, so warm. I've never felt water that warm. It's like bath
Really?
water.
Wow.
And
Oh.
while like in the Caribbean, the water is turquoise. The watercolors there, they're like jewel tones. So it's like it would be a
Mm.
deep emerald green or a sapphire blue. I mean, it was just
Oh, that's
beautiful.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But watch out for them sea urchins.
Really? And those Jurassic sized bugs.
Oh dear God, I can't even get into that in this one. No, that was a nightmare. I can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
Not
my
cheap.
gosh.
I don't know if I'm gonna sleep
No,
well
remember
tonight.
you?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I remember you.
No, I
Oh, that
heard
was the funniest story.
I heard there was like what a housefly would look like to you. Imagine that housefly in Jurassic era, and that would be like about 20, maybe 100 times the no, actually it'd be like 2,000 times the size, and it was on my door, and I was like, "How am I going to get in?" I put that key in, slammed the door so quick, and I
Ooh.
heard that thing flapping on my door like, whack, whack. I was like, "Oh my God, what is this? I want to go home." It was a nightmare. It was
Oh
a
my
nightmare,
goodness.
but I
Oh,
survived.
I bet. I bet. Oh goodness.
But
My
our trip to
favorite.
Greece is up there too, though. Like,
Yes. Yes. That's my favorite trip is when we went to Greece. Oh gosh. Number
it's
one, it was
gorgeous.
fun just us two traveling together. It
Yes,
was the best. But Greece itself is just a beautiful country.
it
I
really
love
is.
Santorini,
Mm,
especially. Oh my
yes,
gosh, it's so gorgeous.
it was
And just
beautiful.
sitting. Oh, it
I
was
know us
beautiful.
having
Just.
breakfast on their terrace. Remember, we were just like part of their
Mm-hmm.
normal breakfast buffet, and it's like on the terrace looking out to the Aegean Sea, and it was just like the most
Gorgeous,
picturesque, gorgeous. Yes,
relaxing.
it was always
Oh,
sunny. It was yeah, no, it's that place was chef's kiss again.
yeah,
Like that
it was
was
beautiful, and the food was great.
mm-hmm.
It was just everything
Yes.
was great. I love it.
Yeah.
That was a great trip.
Yeah. Yeah, no, no. I had good times there. That was up there. And I'll just lastly say my honeymoon to Thailand was great because we went to three different areas within Thailand and they all had different climates, which was pretty interesting. So we visited Bangkok, which was the main city, and it was like a city, hot, very busy, etc. And then we went up north to Chiang Mai, and that was like
Mm-hmm.
um, not a rainforest, but it was like, it was mountainous, so it was much
Mhm.
cooler,
Mhm.
and that's where
Mhm.
we went to elephant sanctuary. Please, if you go to
Mm.
Thailand, do not ride elephants. Please don't.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
they're abused. I mean, elephants are not meant to be
Mhm.
ridden by humans, and
No, they're
so
not there for entertainment.
no, exactly. So we went to a sanctuary, and so we got to bathe them, feed them. It was actually really fun, a lot of fun. I
Oh,
did
that's
not go
nice.
into the water to bathe them because, me, I was like, there's probably bacteria in that. Uh, Adam did. I was like, have fun. I'll take pictures of you. But those elephants were hilarious because they would actually spray some people with the water. I'm like, this is
Really?
why I'm not in the water because y'all play too much. But
Get a little bacteria in that eye.
right, and then I'm blind. No, thank you. But are there any other trips you want to add to your favorite place?
No, I think Greece was my favorite. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the other trips that we've gone to has been like to the Caribbean islands. So I mean,
Yeah.
all of those trips were great. But if we're talking about favorite, I would
Yeah.
say has
Okay.
been my favorite.
Good.
Hmm.
Good. First of all, I want to start with I want to thank us for believing in us, for doing something we have
Okay.
no experience doing and taking the chance on working on this podcast and focusing on our last episode, doing a full season. We did it, Nachi. This
We
we
did. We did.
should be very proud of ourselves, and I am proud of both of us. So, thanking us. And then, of course, thanking you all for being along for the ride and all the good feedback along the way, the encouragement. We appreciate all those that have listened to the show and listening to us all season. And, we just want to close out with what we always close out with, that there's a lot of noise out there, but our message is consistent. Stop getting distracted by the smoke and mirrors, tune out the noise, and focus on your purpose in life. Focus on what brings you joy in life. We're meant to be joyful, so live that truth and be the best that you can be in this lifetime, right? You only have one opportunity, so just fucking do it. So, that said, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at I'm Not Yelling _ Thank you so much for listening, and we look forward to talking next time. Bye.